Okay. Hey guys, I wasn't sure if my last video was posting, so I restarted it and it looks like we're working now. So in this class, we'll learn about the US government and, okay, have some people joining. And we'll go over the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the recent elections if we have time. And I have a video for everyone to watch, so I hope Google Drive decides to work today. Okay. Alright, hey everyone.
Hi.
Okay, so my name's Laura, so you can call me Laura and not teacher. Alright, it's nice to meet all of you. Alright, so today I just wanted to do an introduction about the United States government. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so first of all, there are 50 states in the United States, and we'll go over that. Okay. And there are 3 branches to the U.S. government. Legislative, judicial, what's the third one? I'm blinking right now, I'm a little nervous. Okay, legislative, executive, and judicial. So I'll write this down for you guys. Legislative, executive, and judicial. Okay, so can anyone tell me who is under the legislative branch, who is executive, and who is judicial? Does anyone know?
Legislative means making law.
All right, so for the U.S., that would be Congress and the House of Representatives. Okay, in the legislative branch. In the legislative branch. Okay. What about the executive branch?
I think the president and the government.
Okay, so the executive branch is the president and vice president. Okay. And judicial.
The court, I think.
Yep, so it's the Supreme Court. Yep, and so that's the court that decides for the U.S. It's the supreme ruling, the ultimate ruling. Okay? So we'll go over. Yes?
Yeah, this is in the country, in the nation. But in the state, you have the same division in this.
So this is, we're talking about the federal government.
Oh, okay, the federal.
So, it is a little confusing, but the federal government can make certain laws and enforce certain laws, and the states have to follow them, but the states can also make up some of their own laws. So certain states have different rules for minor things like state tax. So there are 2 states, New Hampshire and Delaware. And they are tax-free. But federally, people in those, whoever's watching my video, can you not watch it while we're broadcasting? Sorry, because I can hear the echo. So, yeah, all right, let's see who it is. Sorry, guys.
It's come from Daniel, I think.
It's coming from who?
Daniel, on my left.
Okay, so you are here. Okay. Sorry. Yep, you're right. Thank you. Okay. All right, so New Hampshire, which I spelt wrong, and Delaware, they are tax-free. So that's like what the state decides, but federally, people in those states pay federal tax, so to the U.S. government. Okay? But to get back to the branches, so we'll go over Congress right now. Okay. All right. So the functions of Congress. Okay, so they provide Senate advice, House impeachment, House and Senate proceedings under the 25th Amendment, informal meetings. These are not the powers. What? Okay, hold on. Makeup of Congress. Okay, so the power of Congress. Okay, so they can combat piracies and felonies. Congress can declare war, raise and support armies, provide and maintain the Army, the Navy, okay, regulate land and naval forces, discipline the militia, and because our capital is Washington, D.C., it is not a state, they have power over the District of Columbia, and they make the laws. So that's the important thing about Congress is they can declare war, and they are the lawmaking party in the U.S. So the president does not make laws. Okay, and then there's the House of Representatives. Okay, all right. And this is the largest party in the U.S. It has 435 members. All right, 435 members. Can anyone tell me why this is the largest part of the U.S. government besides the Electoral College?
Maybe because representing all the states.
Yep.
Yeah, I think all the states they have 2 seats in the House of Representatives.
So that's the Senate. So that's Congress. The House of Representatives, they represent the population of each state. So states like California have more
29.
members of.
I think 29.
Okay, I don't know the number. It's just it's based on population. So a small state like Delaware has fewer members than California, which is huge.
Depend on the population.
Yep. So it's dependent upon.
And the House of Representatives, each state they have 2 senators.
Numbers are dependent. 1 second upon the population. So the Senate is 2 members from each state that are voted in by popular vote. Okay, so the Senate is voted in.
So the House of Representatives, 103 members.
435.
No. Because you said each state has 2 senators in the House of Representatives, so 50 states.
Nope, I did not. Nope, House of Representatives is separate. So the Senate is Congress. The House of Representatives is something else.
Okay, so the Congress, each state has 2 seats. So the Congress members are 100, I think. Because 50 states.
200. 200.
Okay.
Yep. And then House of Representatives is 435 because it's based upon population.
Population, okay.
Yep.
Now
Okay.
it's clear.
And okay, so House of Representatives, they serve 2 years. And the rule is that each state has to have at least 1 representative. So a small state like Rhode Island, even though they are one of the smallest states, they have to have at least one representative. So each state has to be represented. Okay? This just goes over. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the Senate, yeah. There are currently 100 senators, 2 from each of the 50 states. Yeah, I did my math wrong. I'm a little tired. So 100 senators.
It's okay.
Okay. So my biggest thing is going over the election. So you know that we have the Senate, the House of Representatives, and Congress. Okay, but the most confusing thing, I think, is the Electoral College and the presidential election. And we just had an election on November, I think it was November 6th, the first Thursday
No, I think
in November. It's
11th.
supposed to be November 4th.
I think it's 11th November.
No. It's, we would never have it on November 11th, just because that holiday. So yeah, it was November 6th this year, and it's always the first Thursday of November. Okay? All right, so the Electoral College is made up of, I think, 568 members. I'll have to check that. But, okay, the Electoral College is voted in by popular vote. And then there are 2 parties in the United States. So we have Democratic and then Republican. Yep. And so Obama was the Democratic representative this year because he's already the president. So the Democrats did not have to choose another person. It was automatically Obama. But the Republicans had to choose between Mitt Romney, and I'm not in the US, so the other person, and of course Mitt Romney won. So when it came down between Mitt Romney and Obama, the United States has a popular vote.
What about you? Are you Democratic or Republican?
I will not share my views on here.
Okay.
Yep. So it's bad favor to talk about politics in class. So we're just going over the general stuff about the U.S. So in popular vote, that determines the vote for each state. And each state has electors from the Electoral College. And usually these electors promise to vote according to popular vote. So say in, I think Connecticut has 10 electoral votes. Connecticut has 10. When they were elected, they promised to vote according to what the state wanted. So say 90% of Connecticut voted for Obama. They always vote Democratic. The electors have to vote for Obama unless they deem it inappropriate. But he was a valid candidate, so Connecticut voted for Obama in this year's elections. Does everyone understand why and how the Electoral College works? Okay. So you have electors, and they make a promise. Is someone near a hospital? All right.
Pops.
And then they vote according to popular vote. Okay? So states like Louisiana usually vote Republican, and Georgia usually vote Republican because they're in the South. So those electors vote for Mitt Romney. Just because the state's popular vote majority-wise, is for Mitt Romney. They have to vote for him. Just like in Connecticut. Yes.
I don't know what do you mean about the Electoral College?
Yep.
What's
Okay, so
it?
that's what I'm trying to explain. So the Electoral College is a group of 500, it's about 538, I think, or
Okay,
568 people.
no problem. The numbers.
And the numbers for each state are based on population. So
Okay.
California has 50 electors.
Okay.
When they are elected to that position, they promise to vote for the candidate that the state popularly votes for. So say in California,
They choose Obama,
they choose Obama.
so the
Those 50
15
votes,
must be for Obama.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone understands that. So now that we have the theory, I have just a little video to go over the theory of the US. If you want to watch it, it should be on my Google Drive, and I'm using this as a test. So can someone please tell me if my video uploaded successfully to Google Drive this time? Okay. Okay. And if it works, you can just let me know, and you can watch it after class. It just goes over, it's a cartoon, the government, and I'm going to bring up a page for you. Okay. Mama. Okay.
What's the name of the video?
It should be Daffy Duck runs for president. Daffy Duck runs for president. I just need to know if it works. We don't have to watch it for this class. Okay. So once again, to go over, so we have Republican in the US, and they're more conservative. And then we have Democratic, and that party is more liberal. Okay? So the first article I have is about the Democrats and Obama. So I'll post that, and then I'll also post one for Romney. And I would like you, if you can, to quickly go over the articles so that we can have a few students debate. And one person can be Mitt Romney and one person can be Obama. So you can talk about the topics on the election. So like the war in Iraq, the US debt crisis, the world debt crisis, things like that. This is not my right page. Okay. Mitt Romney. Okay. Healthcare is another big issue in the US. Okay. So the first link is an Obama page, and the second link is a Romney. So you can choose the candidate you would like. Hopefully the class will be divided. So just read one of the pages. And if you need some help or if you need to ask a question about them, please feel free to ask. I'll give you a few minutes and maybe we can start a debate around 10:30, so in 6 minutes, if that's okay. So
Okay.
to read and understand about the two sides of
Excuse me, I have a question about the governor. How they choose the governor for each state?
The governor?
Yeah.
Popular vote.
And what the time? The same with the president election or different?
It I think they serve 4 years. Oh, I have to look that up quickly. I'm pretty sure they serve 4 years. Hold on. Connecticut government elections. Yeah, okay. Okay, so in the year of the election, so like 2012 and 2008, the term for governors ends in December, but it usually ends in January. So because this year we had an election, their term ends a month early.
And all the state, the governor stay 4 years?
Yep, it's 4 years. It's a 4-year term.
Okay.
Minimum. You can run for re-election. As a president, you can only, like Obama, this is his last term. You can only be a president for 8 years, which is 2 terms.
And also the governor for 8 years, and that's it.
I don't think there is a maximum term limit. 2015, 2007, 8, 9. Yep. So, also for governor, there is a 2-term limit. Okay. All right.
Laura, what it mean could net oil imports?
Can you put it in the chat?
Okay.
I think they mean that the American not depend on the oil from the other country. Make energy here.
Cut net oil imports. So they want to lower the amount of oil that we are bringing in from countries like in the Middle East. So they want oil to be taken from the United States and not from countries like Iraq or Saudi Arabia. So it would be better for our economy if we produced and manufactured our own oil.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm losing my voice a little. So. Term limits. Okay, and about the governors, so I live in 2 different states that have 2 different laws. So that's why I was a little confused. So Connecticut has 4 years for governors, whereas my other state, it's 2 years for governors. So governors are controlled by the state, which makes sense because that is where their power is.
How
Okay.
you live in two state?
What?
How you said I live in two state?
Yeah, so I lived in one with my parents, and now I live in another one. Well, I did. I live in France. But so I've moved around. So when state law changes, it gets a little confusing. So I had to check because I knew that one state I lived in was 2 years for a governor, but I remembered growing up that it was 4 years. So it's a little different. Okay. Has everyone read and understood the goals of the two candidates?
I did most of it.
Most of it?
I
Okay.
did for Obama, most of it.
Okay, I can give you some more time. Ooh, did not mean to do that. Oopsies. Okay. Okay. Budget, deficit, taxes.
Certificate. That means certificate.
Okay, so deficit, I think I heard someone saying that, is a debt. So money that probably they're referring to the US owes to China, most likely, because that's where we borrowed our money from. So the US deficit. So I'll give you guys about 3 more minutes, and then hopefully we will have some volunteers to pretend to be either Obama or Romney.
I like Obama, but I can do Mitt. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sorry. Sometimes Verbling just kicks me off the site. So I think there's 2 of me, so I'm going to boot one of me off.
No, you
There
open
we go.
2 page. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It does that sometimes.
Yeah, with me it's 7.
So you want us to act as somebody?
Yes. So I think a debate works the best if you pretend to be that person.
Okay.
So if a few of you are Obama and Mitt Romney, that would be great. And we'll have, we can start with just having a few people say something, and the other side will contradict them or say a rebuttal, which is to say something in return.
It's not that I like Mitt, but I like Obama, but I can try being Mitt.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Because others I know I've read Obama.
Yeah, we choose Obama.
Good. All right. So if you want to start, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
You can start.
Okay. Hi everybody. My name is Mitt. I would like to reduce I would like to make it easier for our population to dig and find oil. That way, we will be able to produce more gas, and we will make more profit, and we will soon deficit zero. We will pay back debt.
Okay, so Mitt suggests.
How you can make the deficit zero?
Is a joke, but I will make it reduce the debt.
Oh yeah.
From that better oil economy.
Okay, to reduce the deficit.
I think easier to dig and find oil.
I think first of all we need to return the company, manufacturer company here to United States, because many American company they may make the manufacture outside the United States. So it's better to make the deficit zero. It's by return this manufacturer to America and creates more job for the people.
Okay, so you both agree that manufacturing should be returned to the U.S.
The U.S.
In order to create jobs.
Do I? I think I don't think so.
Create jobs for American. Well, I'm just repeating what you both said.
Oh.
Yeah. So you said that the U.S. stops oil imports to reduce the deficit, and the other person said that manufacturing should be returned to the U.S. in order to create jobs for Americans.
I don't agree.
Okay.
Why?
So
why you not
why
agree?
do you not agree?
Because the manual labor in USA is would be too expensive. I think we need to keep it in China, where cost of living is less expensive and we can get more produce. So we keep the high-skilled jobs USA, and we manufacture in more poor countries like China. So cost is less.
Yeah, but if you ask yourself, how about the humanity of the workers in China?
It is good. I mean, it
No,
is
not
regulated.
good. They give him $10 per hour, per day, or maybe per month.
We personally regulate it, I think. For example, the companies that manufacture in China are asked to make sure the environment of the Chinese is good.
No, I saw in the TV, in the ABC News, they visit the Apple company in China. Every 10 person, they live in the same room.
What?
Every 10 workers in Apple in China, Apple manufacturer in China, they live in one room.
One roof?
One room, one building.
Okay.
So this is not good.
But don't you think it's a privilege for China?
No,
maybe,
it's not.
Maybe if we don't give them job, they would be jobless. I mean, they have the choice to choose to work for Apple.
All right, let's bring it back, guys. So we'll go over what we said. Got a little far. Okay, so Mitt suggested stopping oil imports to reduce deficit. Obama thinks that manufacturing should be returned to the U.S., so that was a small agreement. But Mitt believes that manual labor should be exported because it's cheaper. And then our Obama said that labor in countries like that provided poor working conditions and were not good for the people that were receiving these new jobs.
Yeah, and that's why makes the product is cheaper in China, because in United States there is a minimum wage. Each state they has a minimum wage for the person, so
But
they know this salary, it's enough for him to live in this country. But in
Okay.
China there is not there is no law like this.
So we have two opposing views on exporting jobs, but how do we feel about immigration? Which is when immigration is when foreigners
Yeah, I think the immigration
are
is.
moving to the U.S.
I think the
But we'll
immigration
talk
should
about
be.
illegal immigration.
Yeah, I think the immigration must be legal, not illegal. Many people they just cross the border and they came to United States, and the United States give him a health care and give him food, and that's make uh, more spending from the government. Should be put it in the other place to make economy is better.
Okay, so Obama's view is usually that illegal immigrants that come into the U.S., especially from Mexico, that when they are legal, that we should naturalize them, which means that they should learn English. We should give them ways to become American. Okay, so not this
I don't.
Obama, but is there another Obama out there that believes that illegal immigrants should become legal in the U.S.? Because we know Romney opposes. Romney believes in a closed border, which means
Yes.
that we. Do you want to explain it? A closed
Well,
border?
what I believe is, if there are illegal immigrants, who we should send back home until they are actually legal to come.
Okay. So do we have another Obama and another Mitt Romney that would like to speak at all? What about Gustavo?
I think the immigration is very riskful for the United States.
So risky.
Risky, because I agree with the Junaid say, because the people in there is represent an expensive is expensive for the United States, for the people from the United States, because they the people from the United States have to pay their task and have to in some way maintain or the immigrant peoples.
Yep. Okay.
And that's what I think.
Okay. All right. Another topic that was very publicized this year was same-sex marriage. So clearly, Mitt is against same-sex marriage.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. And Obama, although he has said that he doesn't agree with it, he will allow same-sex marriage. Okay? Same-sex marriage. All right? So can we have two of you?
I think there is no there is no discussion in this topic because all the people they refuse that.
They what?
They refuse that. I
Who?
think all the people.
Okay, so aren't you our Obama? So as Obama, you have to fight for same-sex marriage.
No, I don't
So you
like.
need to tell us why it's a good thing.
No, I think Obama he said I don't like that, but because another, for example, sometimes the president he don't agree about something, but his situation to win the election must be said that or that, but he don't believe it, I think.
Yep. So, like I said, yeah, Obama has stated in the past that he does not agree with same-sex marriage. But as a representative of the Democratic Party, he will not fight it. So he will allow it to happen in his country. So you have to fight for it. So can you say anything positive, like Obama may, about the situation? I can give you a few minutes to think, and we can go to Mitt, which is Danny.
Yes. I think same-sex marriage would break our culture. I think marriage is something big and religious, and it's not part of government. So if we do marriage, it's strictly because of religion, and it should be the way it has always been.
Okay.
And but we can respect same-sex partners.
So when it happens, it should be in the religious, I'll just put way for right now. Okay, so you said marriage is something religious and not part of government, so when it happens, it should be in the religious way. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So do one of the Obamas have anything to say in response?
Go, Gustavo.
No?
Okay.
Mhm.
I think if the people doesn't hurt anybody, and they are freedom for make what you want. If they are happy with that, I think that.
And they don't hurt any other person.
Okay. So each person should have the right to be happy. And you actually touched upon one of our main things from the Declaration of Independence, which is the pursuit of happiness, right? Something property, right? Hold on one second.
Yes.
But again, if we allow same-sex marriage to allow a small percentage of people to be happy, maybe just because of that, allowing it will make the rest less happy.
Okay. Okay. So So Obama said each person should have the right to be happy, and that goes along with our pursuit of happiness, life, and liberty. But then Mitt says that this can cause, we'll say, strife, so unease within American society. Okay? All right. So another pretty hot topic is the environment. which also has to do a lot with oil. It's very tied in, just because there are oil reserves in the U.S., but it's unclear how much there is for us to use in the U.S. And the biggest problem is that most of them lie in parks or in places that we should not drill because it could destroy the environment nearby. So Mitt Romney is definitely for this issue. He wants to drill. Obama fights it a little bit. He has given in the past to tapping into the oil reserves, but for his election, he vowed that he would not be tapping into those sources because of the problems that could happen. So I don't want to give too much information away, but maybe we could talk about that for the next 5 minutes and then end class. So
I think if the America depend on their resource is better.
Okay.
We know now the Middle East, it's not a safe place. And that makes, if America depend on this oil, that makes the economic in America depend on what happened in the Middle East. We
Okay.
know, yeah, sometimes the price of the oil exceeds past the $100 or so. It's
Okay.
depend. I think the depend on the resource in the United States is better.
Okay. So you say this is kind of a Mitt Romney point of view. It's a little bit more Republican. So Americans should depend upon their own resources because the Middle East is an unsafe place. I think you tapped into also the price of gas.
Yeah, I think this is for Obama because he said cut net oil imports in half by 2020.
Oh, I think I was looking at the wrong page. Okay. Cut imports. Oh, okay. Yep. That also that kind of ties in with his whole plan. In 2008, Obama promised to pull a majority of troops out of the Middle East, which he did not do. So he's combining those two to say that Americans should be pulling out of the Middle East. Okay, in an effort to end the war in Iraq. Okay. All right. So what does Mitt Romney have to say at all?
Yeah. I believe for the economy, we should keep digging for oil, and at the same time still invest in innovation for energy sources. So we will keep our economy up while digging for oil and allowing it, while innovating for better ways.
Okay, so we'll improve our economy by investing in work in our own country and our own natural resources.
Yes, to make digging easier and allow digging for oil until better technology comes out from our investment.
Until we come along better technology. Okay, so I think what we can tell from the two debates and like the 2 point of views, although Democratic and Republican, they're supposed to be very different, a lot of their views have come to overlap. Intertwine. Because typically Democratic is supposed to be very liberal, for the environment, pro-gay, pro-life, and Republicans are supposed to be the opposite of that. They're supposed to represent the small majority of the population who has money usually. So like many wealthy people are supposed to vote Republican, but as we can see, the trends are changing, the political trends in the U.S., which I think is important. It also makes learning about our politics more confusing because it's not so different. But I hope you guys had a good class, and
Yeah,
I'll see you
choose
next
today.
time.
Yeah, you choose a difficult topic. There is no any person in the class, just the three.
Yeah, I can tell we have 30 viewers, but it's also late. I don't know, my time, it's almost midnight.
5 p.m. here.
5 p.m.?
Oh, t'es en France?
I'm in France. Where's everyone else?
I am in Arizona,
I'm
United States.
I'm from Colombia.
Colombia
I'm
and
in Quebec.
Quebec? Okay. All right. So what language does everyone speak before we go?
French, français.
Okay, French Classic. All right. Colombian Spanish.
Yes, Spanish.
And last one, where are you from again?
I'm from United States, Arizona. But
Arizona?
I'm originally from Iraq.
Iraq. Okay. Ooh, difficult topic. Sorry.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, I have a friend from Iraq, and we were talking about this right before the election, and she was like, she was like, it's really difficult to be, she identifies as Iranian, but Iranian and living in the United States. So she's like,
yeah.
people, she's like, it's a difficult time to be
when I came to
living
United
in the
States,
US.
when I came to United States, I forgot everything. I just been to work and study here, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't keep up with politics, so especially living in France, it's a little too difficult. So without cable, I mean, I'm not going to read about it.
First?
What?
Is French your primary language?
No, it's not. It's my second. So sorry, and I probably can't understand you if you're from Canada. So, but yeah.
Je pense que tu peux quand même. Si je parle tranquillement, peut-être.
So I hope that I can improve this lesson next time and maybe make it a little bit more clear. I see we have people joining.
Yeah, because we finished the topic.
Yeah. So I'll let you guys go and have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.